Good afternoon, this is Joy, and I'm here to do the 10 questions, the 10 crafty questions that people have been answering. I asked Jean Wragg, who's a very lovely lady. She's been around for quite some time. I've known her maybe 4 or 5 years, like Crafty Irene. And I did ask her to put me on this, to tag me. The reason I asked her to tag me was because I think all the biggies always are always asked for their information and everything, and the people with the low level viewers like me hardly ever get asked. Now, this doesn't mean to say that I'm upset or anything like that. It's understandable. Everybody's watching the biggies and so forth, and they do contribute an awful lot to us, and they also look at us, and the ideas are coming from here, there and everywhere. So I just thought that it would be nice to have someone with not so many subbies. I'm not really interested in having lots of subbies, okay? The reason I'm not interested in a lot of subbies is that I haven't got the time. I'm a full-time teacher, English teacher in Spain, and it takes up most of my afternoons and a quarter of my weekend as well, because I work on Saturday mornings. So I haven't got time to look after a lot of subbies, and I appreciate all the biggies who have to think of new ideas, and I watch them all the time. So my name is Joy Menace, and in fact I think I am the only person with my name in the whole wild world. I have Googled it, and in fact it's Patricia Joy Menace, or Menish it should be pronounced, and it obviously I've reverted back to my maiden name. I did want to call my YouTube channel Scrapbooking Joy, but there was already somebody with that name, so I didn't in the end. I tried and then I didn't, so I thought, well, I'll just go with my name, and I'm quite pleased that I did that. I have to watch the time because I've only got 15 minutes. The third question is my favourite craft. I think I'm like everybody else, most people anyway. I love the craft that I'm doing at the moment. I have to have variety. I hate repeating the same thing. I couldn't do any mass production, for example, because it would just be boring for me. I need to do, even though some things are the same, I quite like doing photo albums for people, but any crafts I like, and I'll have a go at anything. I'm not don't really like the junk journals. I think I like scrapbooking much more. Now, it's very difficult living in Spain, especially in the north, where not in a big city, in a small town, to get scrapbooking stuff or papers and craft stuff. Not craft stuff, because there's lots of felting and crocheting and things like that, and I live right next to Portugal, so there's lots of lovely fabrics that can be bought from there. But I have to shop mostly online, and that will be at there's one of my favourite shops that says Mi tienda de arte, so it's my art shop, and it's good prices, and I get beautiful papers like Stamperia or Graphic 45 there, and they don't charge me too much for delivery. And I also love my Amazon. I buy loads and loads of things on Amazon because I have Prime and I don't have to pay for delivery charges. The top 5 craft channels that I like, that's very difficult as well. I often fall asleep watching YouTube because I get home late and I have my supper and then I go to bed and I put on YouTube and often fall asleep. I like Gail's. In America, I like Wendy. In Australia, I like Len in Holland, and there's quite a few I love in Spain, which especially Eva Olmo. But favourites, I don't know, I love them all. Everyone has something to say, and I love all kinds of things like this Carol Hand I watch regularly because she does mixed media, and Nina Ribena as well, and Betsy Doodle in England. So yeah, I can't say one particular person because they're all wonderful. Then my favourite colours has to be blue. Blue is my favourite. It's the colour of my eyes, and my eyes are a very special blue. Apparently they are an Italian blue because my ancestors come from there. And I love the sea. The sea is blue. I love blue skies. I don't mind the rain, but as long as the blue skies come soon afterwards. But I do love all kinds of colours. I'm into dark colours, and then I'm into pastels as well. I'm not really into vivid, bright colours. Purple is very difficult for me to use, for example, but otherwise I love all kinds of colours. I love anything beautiful, and that's my craft really, to try and make beautiful things. I love making beautiful things. Tools. Now, I couldn't live without my, this is a terrible one, this is the old one, but my Tim Holtz ruler. It's so brilliant because it has a 0 and it gives me the middle. Also, the cutter. I love my Stanley knife, or whatever you call them. And tacky glue and my glue gun. I couldn't be without them. I can be without other things, but not without these. And I do tend to use my round punches a lot, especially for things like this. But those are the main tools, though I do have, obviously, a proper guillotine. I have the envelope maker, and I must say that Amy at Al John, I wish I had found her at the very beginning, because when I first started I spent a lot of money on different tools, and most of them I never use. And she brought out, a few years after I started, a couple of years after, not a few, of her budget of $5 a week, crafting and looking for crafting tools, and eventually buying. And I think that was a marvellous start for any crafters. Now, where did I get my love for crafting? I think it came from me. My mother she sewed, okay, and I wanted to be a designer when I was young, and I am looking at the time to make sure that I don't go over time. I designed my clothes, and I had a Cindy doll, not a Barbie doll, and I designed clothes for her and made her. My mother actually invented pick up a pin and it will bring you good luck, instead of pick up a penny and it will bring you good luck, because she found pins everywhere, in my bedroom, on the floor, in my bed even, so she was getting a bit worried about all these pins, because I would sit on my bed and sew things by hand. My father was an incredible man. He could turn his hand to anything. He was an engineer. He could play musical instruments. He painted. Well, I paint too, so the painting came from him, really. But oil painting, I'm not so good at the watercolour. I haven't got the patience. The next one, when did I start crafting? Well, like I say, when I was a young girl, I used to make clothes for my Cindy, design clothes and make them, because they were very, very expensive when I was a little girl, to buy all the clothes for them. And I remember my mother knitted all the time, and she one Christmas knitted a whole complete wardrobe for my Cindy doll, which was absolutely wonderful. So I think I'm almost there, aren't I? Except for saying my favourite craft is impossible to say. I suppose scrapbooking. I love the beautiful albums and how they come out. And I've learnt that using beautiful papers like Graphic 45, Stamperia, 49, Market, Prima, some of Prima is a bit too shabby. I'm not so much in the shabby chic. Makes it really, how can I say, makes the album absolutely gorgeous. I did try a long time ago at the very beginning, downloading different papers, but my printers are always ordinary printers, and the laser printers are a bit expensive to go in and pay for them to be printed up. So I might as well buy good quality paper and from the different companies. And finally, some people that I would like to promote. I've got a list of 4. I'm not so sure that they would like to be tagged. These are people who have less than 1,000 viewers, okay? Because I thought that we might like to find out a little bit about them. I don't know. I'm going to send them a message on their channel to say that I have tagged them. I would love to know what they're all about. And this is Jeanne Baney, Happy Crafters, Little Crafty Nook, and the Paper Outpost. So I hope that they will accept my tag and tell us all about themselves too. So I'd like to say bye for now, as usual, and happy scrapbooking. Bye!